I'm not scared of your problems. I'm here to help you solve. If you are running from something, I'll remind you to walk. If you've got dust on your feature, then I'll brush it off. I really think that I could treat you if you've got time to talk. You're a big plan kind of girl. I'm just wondering what it is that you're looking for. Is it adventure? Is it secret treasure? I won't judge, I'm really just curious, baby. I might say the wrong things. I can be so selfish. I don't mean to be so projecting. When I get jealous, the secret that I've been hiding, it was an accident. Maybe one day you'll know me. Will you come back again? You're a woman, but you're walking on water, on eggshells, on thin ice, and on coals that get hotter. You're a meltdown, failing to force that frown. Just turn around, frustrated, just waiting for someone to take it. Darling, I love you.
Alright, hello everybody, and I hope everyone can hear me. Let me know if you can or cannot. I'm reading comments down here so friends can pitch in with their comments and we can conversate upon them. But otherwise, welcome to the Kirks Grocery live stream. Thank you for Anna Page for being here. She is here to ask some questions based off the songs and stuff I'm going to be playing. Otherwise, we're just here.
You know what? I didn't have your mic up. Here we go.
We got.
To the top.
We're getting sound going. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Okay, now everyone can hear me.
Woo!
Yes,
We're back,
thank you,
baby,
Shane.
We're back. Hey,
First
look
and
at me.
foremost, shout out to Shane De Leon for hosting
man behind
this
the scenes.
and him running Kirks Grocery.
Absolutely.
Without him, none of us would be possible. I see some of my family's watching. Hello.
I hear a
And,
Texas family out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello,
Woohoo.
Texas family.
Hey,
Glad you're
y'all.
all pitching in. Grace, you're at my house. taking care of the cats. Thank you. You also live there. It's your house as well. That's great.
What's up, Greg?
Here we have Anna Page. I guess that first part might have glitched out because the mic was turned off, but
I'll take two.
we have Anna Page here. She's here to hang out with me and us here at Kirks.
And drink some babe.
Drink some babes.
100.
Yeah. It's a good
I actually
time
like that
either
it matches
way.
my sweater.
It
so
does,
I'm
yeah.
down with it.
There you go. Rosé bubbly. But anyways, yeah, thanks for joining in the live stream today. This is kind of my real first appearance as Epitome J, and I feel like this is the perfect way to kind of kick off that new brand and introduce to you guys some of my new songs, some new works of poetry, and I don't have any art, but I'm planning on doing and promoting some artwork as well in the future. But without further ado, I've got an hour with you guys, so do you have anything you want to ask me just to start off? Maybe people can get to know me better or something like that.
Well, I'd like to get to know you better while I'm here. We were
Likewise.
chatting beforehand, and I love this idea of where Epitome J came from.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the epitome of you.
Of Jackson, essentially.
Jackson
yeah,
Blue.
So Epitome J spawned when really during my whole Jackson Blue musician phase several years ago, but I was specifically using it as a poetry handle. But then I thought, maybe I will release an album under Epitome J, but I'm like 16, 17. I decided that I'll just stick with Jackson Blue because I had already released some music before then under that name, and I don't want to already create another alter ego for myself. But now I do. Now
I was gonna say,
alter
can there
ego
be
has
too many of you out
formed
there?
itself into what is all-encompassing of artwork, poetry, music, and everything that will be just like a composition of my feelings and emotions and how those get portrayed through music and artwork.
I love the
And-
idea that they're not separate. That you've got this holistic way of approaching art. Your poetry's not segmented
Yeah.
from your music. They're very much the same.
Yeah.
I'd imagine songwriting and poetry are pretty closely aligned. How are they for you?
Right, and I think for me they certainly can be different. Like, there's a lot of poetry that I think is more like traditional style poetry, and then a lot of it's just simply like free writing and messing around, and that differs from like, okay, I can sing these words to like a song.
Chorus,
Yeah,
they have to fit
there's a
into
structure
melody.
there, but also a lot of poetry I only feel comfortable sharing in certain situations. Music is kind of more, it's like this, I can play this and it'll mean something different to everybody, but with the poem it's like that's a look into my soul, and it's a little bit more like bare and
Yeah, your poetry is really personal. You kind of just
and I haven't
got
shared
it.
a lot of it, so I'm super nervous going into this, but
Yeah?
because my music, like I said, it's kind of written in a way to where everyone can hopefully relate to it in their own way, but my poetry is just like, boom, this is who I am, and
well, and
this
you've
is a
also got a
deep part of
guitar
me, so-
between you and the
Right,
audience, right?
yeah.
I think poetry, you've got nothing. It's just you and
so
a mic.
yeah, if I can do my like looping stuff that I've done on Instagram forever, which is just guitar, just kind of like raw emotion through music, but also tie in poetry over the top. And it's like I've got my songs that I'm a singer-songwriter as, but then I've got like music loops going with poetry over the top, and it's more of like a spoken word with musical
Yes.
accompaniment, but it's all like me playing it
I
raw
love the looper.
and together.
There's so much
yeah.
you can do with that. I'm excited. You're going to do some of that tonight?
Yeah, I'll do
And-
whatever you want.
Some new songs I heard.
Yeah,
Probably some
definitely.
old ones that maybe your family and friends will know. Well, I don't want to
Couple
put
of
you on
them.
the spot because I thought this was really fascinating, and maybe spoiler alert, but going back to school
Mhm.
and thinking about music therapy.
Yeah, that's a really, that whole concept of music therapy and what music has done for me in the past, especially as an adolescent teenager, it saved my life. I have a guitar teacher who's been like my best friend. His name's Bob Engel. His son Damon is a huge patron of Kirks Grocery. They're just great people.
Nice.
Bob was my Guitar teacher since I was probably 13, so I've known him for almost 10 years now, and he helped me get through all of those like adolescent changes through music. He worked as basically a music therapist himself in old folks' homes or in places like Rivendell or Riverdale. I can't remember what it's called.
I think Rivendell's where they dropped the Lord of the Rings into, in Rivendell. I'm really bad with
like,
my
is that
pop
a
culture
fictional
references.
place? So I'm just naming fictional places at this point.
Where the
So
hobbits live?
it was, yeah, maybe so.
I don't
but,
know. That could be Star Wars.
He worked
too. I don't
with so like people who have memory problems when they're older or troubled youth when they're younger. He's a great person that has always inspired me. He taught me how to write poetry. He got me really into haiku, and has been basically one of my biggest supporters since I got started with this whole mess that is what I do now. So.
Yeah. I love that. There's not as many music therapists out here. It's a much more popular program out east. There's a lot more music therapists out there, so I'm really glad to see it moving west.
There's a very finite number of music or art therapists, especially in Montana.
Yep.
So
I think there's only 2 last I knew of that are
just
certified.
a couple, I'm
through the
pretty sure.
state.
Yeah, if you get a board certification, then that means you are officially able to like do whatever you want with your music therapy, and that's what I would love to do, because you can help people through being a performer just as much as you can help people like being hands-on, just one-on-one, just like realizing you can help people. Okay, so you can like help people as a performer because you're reaching an entire audience, but like having that individual basis to like realizing you're really having an impact in someone's life, that means a lot to me as well. So I'd love to pursue that further as I
and
go
being a
forward
musician.
into school. But
You're
just a
gonna
freshman now, so I got a long way to go, but I figured that's what I want to kind of devote my life to going forward, on
I'm
top of making
excited.
music. So
Yeah, I was going to say that making music makes you a much more accessible music therapist. I'd imagine they play together, so
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, whatever
Well,
I can
I'm
get my
excited.
hands on, I like to dabble with, and that's the whole point. I think it's just like, regardless of what you're doing, if you're just doing it for fun, it's going to make you feel better, especially in a way that music affects our brains differently than other things or traditional styles of therapy. So it's super good for you in ways that like people wouldn't even know. But
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I've been rocking the binaural beats.
Binaural beats.
Yes, look that up on
binaural
YouTube.
beats are great. So
I plan to keep my dog
Dang.
calm too. I'm hoping it works.
yeah,
All right,
so
I'm gonna bail out of this live stream because I want to hear some live music.
I could talk
How's
about
that sound?
binaural beats all night.
Oh
but
my
yeah.
god, maybe afterwards we'll put some on.
Definitely.
Okay, I'm going to gracefully remove the chair so that it's not in this shot.
All right, whatever works. Yeah.
Out.
What are you going for, acoustic or electric?
What do you want to hear first, Anna?
I would love some acoustic. That
All
warm
right.
up was gorgeous.
Sounds
Do
good.
whatever you want.
All right, Epitome J, take it away.
Yeah, that was, I don't know what I don't.
Drew Crawford says, play Bangarang.
I'm gonna leave you an extra babe here
Oh,
too.
thank you. Drew, I would play dubstep if I could. Dubstep's my favorite genre of music, but for now you're just gonna have to deal with the sad boy stuff. Sorry, man. Thank you for the request, though. Only originals tonight. So this first track is called, I just named it today, called Blank TV Screens. I wrote the first half 2 years ago, then I finished it last year. Sometimes I'll sit on a song for however long till I need it to feel perfect for me, but the song's kind of about like realizing that sometimes you're just staring into a blank TV screen and you are wondering what's going on in your life. You're reflecting on everywhere you've been. You're just kind of complacent with where you're at, but you're also grateful and thankful for where you've come from, and that sometimes, especially for me as a musician, that kind of puts me in a position where I have the possibility or potential to be a leader in a way to where it's like I can influence people, I can be a role model, and that's kind of what this song is about, just being thankful for where I've come from and realizing that I do want to help people with this kind of stuff. So here's blank TV screens. Staring at myself in a blank TV screen. I might never turn it on again. Watching my life has become my favorite movie. Pictures and stories, not knowing how it ends. Crawl back and forth just to crash on the carpet. I might never be the same again. I'm just thankful for all the good times we've had, all the bridges we've crossed just to make amends. And I'll be brave, I'll be brave. And I am ready to guide my people along the way. Sitting with myself, practicing patience. I might try to talk to God again. If he replies, then we'll have a conversation. I'll thank him for Jesus and say amen. Climb up and down just to fall on the ground. I might try to write a song again about here and now and the places we've been, and how I will love them through the thick and thin. And I'll be brave, I'll be brave. No, I am ready to guide my people along the way. Thanks. Maybe I should look over here every once in a while. Cool. Let's see, what time we got?
7:16.
All right, cool. Let me do some looping stuff. Let's see if there's any comments or questions so far. Joey, what's up? Grandma's watching. Hey, Grandma Deanne. Oh, all right. Got lots of family. Whew. Love you guys. So this is kind of the other part of what I do. I don't really consider myself a musician as much as I consider myself a writer, but the beautiful thing about music, or just at least being able to play a little bit, is kind of like I can still portray how I feel through this instrument, through the sound in itself, and it's just meant to be beautiful and pretty and sometimes scary or dark, but it's just kind of improvising and expressing how I can feel through sound all at the same time without words. Yeah, I'm a little rusty, but when it's all just improvisational, it's like, whatever. I guess that's just how I felt in that moment. It'll get better. Let's see if we got any comments yet.
There's some people talking.
Oh, we got Jody Grant says, this pairs well with my wine. That's all I wanted to hear. Yeah, if you're just like sitting home, sitting on your couch, just like drinking a beer or something, that sounds great. I hope you're like making art on the side or something. That's all I could wish for you guys to just be doing, just chilling right now. Kyle Schick is here. Hey, man. My best buddy. All right, I want to make sure I have time to sing all the new ones for you.
You got time.
I'll just move on with my set list, and we should just be fine. RJ, hey, love you, brother. Hey, Francesca, it's really awesome to see everyone turning out. I just want to say I really appreciate that. It does mean a lot more than you could even possibly think. After this stream, we're gonna go raid Alex Nauman's Friday night hang. So after this, tune into Alex Nauman's gig as well, since I've got you all here. So this song is definitely one of the older ones. I wrote it when I was 19, I think. Or I think I wrote it when I was 19. And it's like one I've come to detach myself from, because I'm not in that same space anymore mentally or emotionally, but I still like to reflect on it. I still think it's a good song. I still think it's really relatable. It's about being in like a really toxic environment, or like a toxic relationship, and being at the end of that, being at the end of that trail that you know it's just going to be over soon, and you really start to pick up on like the little things that that person does or what you do. It's like whether you're doing it for attention or just to be kind of like provocative in a way. It's like this song's called Diary Entry, so like the first lyric is, did you intentionally leave out all of your diaries out in the open for me to read? So it's just kind of like, man, was I doing that? Were they doing that? But either way, it's like, that's really private, but I would hope that they read it just so they know how I feel, because communication's hard, blah, blah, blah. This is how it goes. Did you intentionally leave out all of your diaries out in the open for me to read, that you knew would hurt me but was killing you to keep? Too scared to touch the hatchet that would finally bury me. The secrets underneath the rings around the roll of your eyes, the scars on your arms and the gritting of your teeth. No, 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 no. On you this time, I'm gone, but I know that I'll always be wrong, and I'm so sorry, but I'm so grateful, somehow heartedly thankful for the last few years of my life, that I would never ever think twice to ask for it any other way. So I'll say, wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Did that you get back with him to get back at me for the times we cheated on each other. So self-sabotaging and cutting yourself was your weekly routine, not cause you wanted me to notice, because you feel better when you bleed. And I understand what it's like to be seen, to have the chance to make friends, but it's too scary. Where do you go when you disassociate? You stand on the tips of your toes where the water breaks in your mind. I've never known what it's like, always wanted to try, but instead I became a mime, because you liked silence more than talking. Always told me to care less after years of fighting. It was nice while it lasted, now I'm moving past it. I was your piece of paper, but you chose plastic. So I'll see you later, leave me with chapped lips. I'm going to forget our last kiss. No, no, no. No, oh, no, oh, oh, this one's on you this time. I'm gone, but I know that I'll always be wrong. And I'm so sorry, but I'm so thankful. Somehow heartedly grateful for the last few years of my life, that I would never think twice to ask for it any other way. So I'll say, wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? No. Wasn't it no? Wasn't it no? Wasn't it nice? Thank you. If you guys have questions or like conversation topics, you can definitely drop those in the comments, and we'll joke around with what's good. Water break. I hope everyone out there is staying as hydrated as I'm trying to be today. I don't always do my best, but y'all need to drink water. Oh, Alex is live next Friday. Shoot. All right, never mind. We'll rate his stream next week. I guess that just gives us a little more time to mess around then. Thanks, Alex. So this next song is called Social Distancing. I don't know if I've played it. I've played it a couple times in public, but not more than like 3. So it's very new. I wrote it last April probably, and that was like before everything got shut down. And there was no like official quarantines around here, so I was very much writing it from the perspective of like not fully understanding what was going on, what was happening, and trying to like make sense of all that, especially being a young person in the midst of a pandemic. Like, my generation's never seen anything super crazy like that. I don't remember 9/11 really. I was like 1, so I kind of compared to like the craziness of that. But just thinking about it all, I wrote this song trying to make sense of my own emotions. Maybe it's relatable to other people, but this is how it goes. Oh, that's not in tune. Give you guys a little bit better of a tunage here.
While your tunage, Joy Wilder wants to know, what was your first instrument? Do you own or play multiple types?
If I'm being honest, my very first instrument was ukulele when I was like 12. And I still have a very nice ukulele actually that my grandfather gifted to me that I love to break out and play every once in a while, but I'm not as good as I'd like to be. But I switched over to guitar around like 14, and I had a piano that I kind of dabbled on, but my first instrument was ukulele, I guess, if you don't count like the recorder in middle school and stuff like that. But it's, yeah, I love that little thing. My friends say they recommend practicing this thing called social distancing. Luckily, I've already been pretty good at that, pretty good at that. They said you're gonna be just fine, see you on the other side, but you just might die. Shrugging their shoulders while we're underneath covers, tell me it's not that bad, yeah, it's not that bad. I'm gonna shy from your hand, I'm gonna hide from your hug, I'm gonna steal all the billions and kill all the bugs, and once it's all over, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna bury my burdens into the sky. This is my first pandemic. Excuse me if I panic, I can't be the only one. Social distancing has me questioning a little bit of everything. This can't be happening, just a contagious dream, but wake up suffocating. This is my first pandemic. Excuse me if I panic, I can't be the only one. The government said that they suggest enforcing this thing called a quarantine. The president, all the money he spent, oh, where are we going? Oh, where are we going? They said you're gonna be alright, but buckle up real tight. It's gonna be an uneasy ride. Up ahead there's a gap in the clouds, but this plane's going down and we're in foreign skies. I guess I'm jumping out now, no parachute, just ground. I know I'm one in a million, but I'll be safe and sound. Don't you worry about me, I'll be haunting the trees, and whenever you touch me, I'll teach you how to breathe. This is my first pandemic. Excuse me if I panic, I can't be the only one. Social distancing has me questioning a little bit of everything. This can't be happening, just a contagious dream, but wake up suffocating. This is my first pandemic. Excuse me if I panic, I can't be the only one. Be the only one. Be the only one. Oh. Hey.
Great lyrics.
Yeah, there's definitely like a fad in the beginning of the pandemic where just like all musicians, I feel like, were competing to write the best like pandemic song or something like that. So I was like, I'll hop on that train. I never shared it, but I wrote one. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and let folks know where they can run you some donuts. They're asking about the kids' job. Yeah, there's.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said earlier, I am in college and I'm super broke. If you would like to donate to my cause, I would very much appreciate it. You can donate through Kirks Grocery, who is also in the midst of renovations, and he would love the support as well. His links are going to be up on the screen. My Venmo is JacksonBlue7 if you'd like to hit me directly. And I'm just here to have a good time. I'm not super worried about money at all, so I appreciate anyone bringing that up, by the way. Supporting your local artists is probably the best thing you can do in times like these, so we appreciate that.
Stick around, Nick's gonna follow you up with some fresh cuts.
Some fresh cuts of what?
Hurt.
Hurt?
Fresh hurt.
All right. What time is it?
Oh, whenever you're done.
Oh, okay, cool.
No.
Jackson Blue, BLUE, at Venmo.
Yeah, it should be Jackson Blue, one word, number 7. I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't want to check right now, but you'll see my picture pop up. It's like sideways, and I'm holding a bouquet of roses or something like that.
You always are.
Yeah, right. So this next one's kind of more of a pick-me-up song. It's called Better to Do When We're Bored, and I've never played it for anybody, so I'm excited to share it with you guys. I hope I can get it all right. I wrote this one just last year, I think. Finished it last year. Sometimes I write really silly songs and not like depressing songs or not love songs. I write songs like these. It's a little bit more abstract, but it goes like this. It's my first time, so I'm going to try not to mess it up. You woke me up with a razor blade, but I won't deny that I wanted to play. You know how I get in the mornings. I passed out on you last night, but you just turned off all the lights. God, you take such good care of me. In your head, I found a house, I'll pay rent, then I'll burn it down. The company to my misery. But I'll sweep up all the ashes and pick up the broken glasses, 'cause what we want is a mystery. I won't stop till our clothes are off and the blankets are on the floor. I'll find your lost bra, give me 2 weeks tops, 'cause where there's one, there just might be more. I won't make you stay, but I'll make you feel some kind of way that you've never felt before. I've got some questions, can you teach me some lessons? If there's nothing better to do when we're bored, better to do when we're bored. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, better to do when we're bored. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, better to do when we're bored. I charged up the vibrator for when you get home. Later you get so disappointed when it's dead. You can be experimental, sometimes just downright mental, but you should know your way around a bed. And after when your legs get shaky, I'll wrap you in my favorite blankie, and I'll find where I threw your underwear. I'll lay back down next to you, I hear you whisper, you want food, I say that'll take us anywhere. You say you don't wanna move? I say, yeah girl, that's the truth. I'll check if we still have snacks upstairs. You looked me in the eye, swear I've seen it 100 times that I've gotten used to. You wear a sacred smile, I could stare at that for a while. You said make sure to leave room for round 2. Okay. You said make sure to leave room for round 2. I don't wanna lie, just whatever you're on. I wanna see the world in the ways that you do. Can I get on your level? Something so incredible, looking kinda cute in your little shoes. I might doubt what you are about, but I will always lose to that attitude. We can go to Pound Town or just watch porn on surround sound. If there's nothing better to do when we're bored, better to do when we're bored. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, better to do when we're bored. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, better to do, better to do, do-do-do-do, better to do when we're bored. What do you guys think of that one?
The donations are pouring in from the dirty songs.
Mm-hmm.
What we love about Jackson, always giving us the lowdown.
Yeah, I'll never forget that one gig that I was playing here, and I had played all my shit, and I was like, hey, what else do you guys want to hear? They're like, more dirty songs. I was like, I don't have any. I had one. I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna overdo you guys tonight. But yeah, I was like, dang, I don't have any more.
That's a great song you have.
So I literally went and wrote this one. I was like, I'll give the people what they want, you know, like whatever. This is just my life.
No, exactly.
But yeah, let's see. RJ said that was a fun one. Thank you, RJ. That's the thing when you write a lot of like sad songs, and especially over the years, like I'm finally really happy now with where I'm at in my life, and I could really enjoy the music that I write. I realize that music doesn't always have to be super emotional. It can also be really fun, and that's awesome. Unfortunately, the rest of the music that I do have is emotional, but that's who I am. Epitome J. I'm just here to tug at your guys' heartstrings is all. I'll just play through the rest of these songs, and if it's not like super late, I'll bust out some more loops and maybe provide you guys with some poetry that I've never said to anyone, so it could be cool to share. But
Yeah, poetry!
let me know if you guys want more poetry and loops in the comments, or if you just like where this is going. We can get really into that deep shit. So this one's called Down, and I wrote it also probably a year and a half or 2 ago. It's about like speeding into a relationship too fast, and everything seems great at first, but then like a month or 2 in, you're like, wow, we did everything that we could have done over like 10 years in like 3 months. So it's kind of like about realizing when you rush into things and needing to back out, and also just like having these expectations for yourself and other people having expectations for you. It was very reflective for me to think that it's like, dang, if you go too fast and too far in for too long, it'll get you really down. So that's what this song was about. I bought us that movie just so we could make
was a teenage dream, but I'm too old for that now. You could always see clearly I am too dumb to be found, always going to sleep with my head in the clouds. And I guess you scared me. You didn't make a sound, and I tried running, but I can't get my feet off the ground. You were talking to baby, talking about tying down. You had to be joking, we're too young for that now. But I won't stress, 'cause I'm too depressed. You're better off with nothing to expect, 'cause I'll let you down. Together to see if we were the same, and we found love, but we got hurt. We're both downright insane. You are a psychopath, I'm an insomniac. We're both chasing our tails. One last time to stab some backs, but now it's time to get back on track. Forget the details. And I always convinced my brain I'd meet someone along the way to close this open gate. And I just learned that my own mental health is worth more than any material wealth. And I played the game, but I cheated my whole way. I wanna win, don't wanna die, don't wanna die in shame. But I won't stress, 'cause I'm too depressed. You're better off with nothing to expect, 'cause I'll let myself down. Down, 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 Oh yeah, Aunt Kate, that conversation we had in the summer about our music, that was great. I remember that too. You are one of the reasons that inspires me to keep going, so just thank you for being here and listening. So, another reason that I wanted to switch to Epitome J was to kind of like release those expectations from myself to like feel like I need to be someone as a performer
like feel like I need to be happier or be better, and kind of like let myself say like, hey, this is who I am as Epitome J, and this is this is gonna be what is coming forth, which is this pure raw emotion, pure sometimes sadness, pure shame. It's just like that's what we all feel sometimes, but no one is really a voice for that, or there's not a lot out there. And I figured if I can be a voice for those darker feelings that we can't always describe or know how to talk about, then I'm happy to do that. And that's why I write the music that I do. And I'm a very happy person. That's kind of the whole point, is that like I'm very comfortable at this point in my life to say like I own these feelings, and that's who makes us who we are, and that's okay. So this one's called Can't Go to Sleep, and I wrote it at probably like 3:45 in the morning, like last spring or summer. And the song's really about like the things, whatever they are, that keeps us awake at night, and why we just can't go to sleep, whether it's thoughts or emotions that we struggle with other people or with ourselves, or like drugs or alcohol, just anything that keeps us awake and keep us just like feeling really bad. So I just wrote this one night that I couldn't sleep, and I love this song. It's one of my favorite new ones. I can't go to sleep. I did this to myself again. I see my weaknesses. It's a hell of a time having to help them. I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I feel like shit. My hands are cold and my lungs are desperate for a vacation, for something not so intoxicating. I feel like shit. Rain or shine, no, I can't tell the difference. I'll take it to run from my problems. You know that I'll go the distance. I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. Yeah, I definitely have a soft spot for that, like raw, soft, acoustic vibe. It's just a vibe and a feeling in itself. So I've got one more song. I see there's a few of you left sticking around, and I really appreciate that. So this one's going to be for all of you guys. Oh wait, I'm not using that tuner. Funny. Okay. So this next one's going to be called, or it is called, You're Always There. And this song is about people that we've lost in life, whether it be an accident or to suicide or any unfortunate circumstance that we had to go through to lose someone. And the song is kind of encompassing the emotions of realizing that they're always going to be here no matter what, because we do things to keep them close. And they're going to be here for us through thick and thin, through the things that we go through. Just like crossing any plane that would prevent us from being together. Like, they're always going to be here. We're always going to be together regardless. And it's also kind of, this song is for people who are struggling and who sometimes just need a reminder that it's totally okay to reach out and get help when you need it and when you want it. And it's just kind of finding a balance between those two, whether you're going through it yourself, wanting to end it all, or you just lost someone who just ended it all themselves, and realizing that sometimes we are our own worst enemies and we have to be there for each other. So yeah, this one's called You're Always There. Nice and tuned up. Shout out to you who are still out there watching. I made friends with a ghost. It might be someone you know, but I'm gonna keep it a secret. He says we're all too good for this earth and that none of us get it as good as we deserve, and now we are riding the waves he left us to surf, because he's become one with the universe. So hey, hey, my friend, he's a very keen spirit. His voice is in the wind if you're willing to hear it. He's actually everywhere. If you believe, you just might see that he is really there. He gives the best advice about everything towards life. Like, in a world full of assholes, it's okay to be nice. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. They say you're your own worst enemy. Man, can't that be hard? If our time was a scene from a movie, you'd be my favorite part. And it can't be too late or too soon to tell stories. You keep me safe in the dark, and I'm taking you with me when I'm making new memories. You're always there in my heart. You're always there in my heart. I see you in the ceiling, I see you in the floor. Don't know if you get busy, but can visit if you get bored. They may take your skins, but they can never take your throne. I'll bite them if they try to make drumsticks out your bones. I want to feel you, I want to breathe you. Sometimes existence feels too good to be true. This one goes out to those who've lost somebody close. You feel some way that no one else could ever know. I'd like to think that love is what makes the world turn, and that kindness shouldn't be something that you got to earn.
at the end of the day, we're all needles stuck in the hay. And at the end of it all, know that it's not your fault. And at the end of the fall, know that your landing is soft. Know not when to be alone, know when it's time to take control. Know when you've got to ask for help. Sometimes you just gotta get that ball to roll. No matter where you're at, just try and take it slow. And if we don't grow old, we will always have a soul. And if we don't grow old, we will always have a soul. And if we don't grow old, we will always have a soul. Have a soul. They say you're your own worst enemy. Man, can't that be hard? If our time was a scene from a movie, you'd be my favorite part. And it can't be too late or too soon to tell stories. You keep me safe in the dark, and I'm taking you with me when I'm making new memories. You're always there in my heart. And it can't be too late or too soon to tell stories. You keep me safe in the dark, and I'm taking you with me when I'm making new memories. You're always there in my heart. You're always there in my heart. Like ending on that song. It's a very positive and warm note for me, and I hope for everyone else. So thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it, everyone, for listening. I don't know what time we've got. I could certainly play us out with a loop or something like that, but it feels like a it feels like a
you can do whatever you want, man.
All right.
Thanks so much to Anna Page.
I'm gonna read a poem for Anna. Yeah.
Rogers.
Thanks Shane and Anna Page for being here. Our friend Brooke for owning the camera. Yeah.
Renee's out there getting donations at the door.
Just all good local artists. Just hanging out.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. I will read a few select poems that I brought here. I literally marked like 15 to 20 poems that I like. By the time I was done marking, I was like, I can't read all of these. This is way too all over the place. That's the thing that nobody would really know about me, is that I've probably written like around 100 songs or so. I've got like hundreds and hundreds of poems that I'm working on putting them all together in binders. So I've got some projects in the works here, but I'll grab the other binders out here soon. And you guys stay tuned for what's in store for Epitome J, because I just want to share it with you all. It's like I've been sitting in a dark closet for a long time, and I can finally feel comfortable to come out with all my secrets.
thanks everyone for commenting. Oh, I appreciate everybody so much. This is just kind of the hanging out at the end. Feel free to talk to each other in the comments. Just say hey, say what's up if you're still there. Feel free to drop a like or a thumbs up or a heart emoji. I don't know how Facebook works, but my favorite shows here ever will be the one time, it must have been last year, but there's an older woman sitting in a chair of just like a row of like 3 or 4 older ladies, probably in their like 60s or 70s, and one of them was just dead asleep while I was doing this. She just passed out, and I was like, that's all I could have hoped for, man. Like, I just play music, like this is elevator music or something like that. That's fine, just go to sleep, I don't care. I'm glad I could have serenaded you. That means it's like either really boring or really calm and peaceful. Fuller says he's watching on the big screen and working on a graphite drawing. Hank, thank you for tuning in. I hope your drawing turns out excellently. So I have a couple series of poems that just were written within like an hour of each other. They're different poems, but they just followed one after the other. So I'm going to share a couple of those. Grace, if you're still watching, you should comment, because I've got some poems for you if you're out there still. So I wrote these ones last April. They're called Quadruplets on Existentialism. I can never say that word. They go like this. What's a crisp apple on a Friday evening? It's the flavor of my cider, hard like tree bark. Maybe if I close my eyes, I'll get there, to that astral dimension I hear so much about. Fuck, there's a word I was not raised on. But this fucking ticking, my heart is just a time bomb. I don't know why you've made it to this point. The context in your question answers itself. This one's called Ripples. Did you ever think that maybe everything is connected somehow? Like how even after you drive away, your electromagnetic waves send signals to my antennas unspoken, but the ripples in my television static contour your shape in a way that no one else would know. And this was the last one that ended that whole thought process that lasted however long. It's called Projecting. I heard the things you're in denial of, being afraid of whether I heard them or not. Or worse, you don't care and I'm just projecting my own insecurities onto you. Humanity is not so simple, unfortunately or fortunately. We tend to exist in gray areas, don't we? Isn't there always more to meets the eye? I love when they whisper so I don't hear them on accident in case I am listening, or might be. That is my favorite time to listen, when it's none of my business. I feed off of secrets. What I know, all the things I know that they don't know that I know, that they wouldn't want me to know. I find that empowering, but maybe you don't care and I'm just projecting. Alright, my girlfriend's watching, so I better... Grace, you'll remember these. These ones are for you. Oh, wrong binder. So I'm working on some projects with the binders. That's going to be part of Epitome J as well. Each binder is going to be a different category of poems, a different phase in my life. So like here I've got poems from a past life, and those are all poems I wrote in like high school. This is the Moleskine Chronicle Journal. Those are also high school, that's junior year to last year. And this one's called My Life in Colors because it's all on construction paper. Yeah, right. And I picked this binder up at the dollar store. It's got a dude surfing on it for My Life in Color. I thought that'll be great. So yeah. These ones are for you, Grace. This was also kind of a series that just happened to be in a night where I'm just writing, having a good time. This first one's called You're in the Shower. You're in the shower, and I'm in your room. Oh, just waiting patiently, letting my mind wander off in different directions. Your goddess figure, so Romanesque. I imagine the moment the droplets of water land on your skin and wonder if they run the same way as your tears when they fall down your face, or your sweat that drips down from under your arms to the outside of your breast. You exit as the ideal product of self-care. You define beauty in a single step. This next one's called You're Getting Dressed. You're getting dressed, another self-sacred evening endeavor. It's the kind of elegance that can't really be foreseen, the resplendence of your routine. A type of beauty so rare it should be protected like an endangered species, so deserving of its own natural privacy. I question if I'd ever be worthy of being your servant. Your womanhood overpowers my lordship by light years. But I know I appreciate you, and this, more than your creators could. Maybe that's an overstatement. Maybe. I'm your careful undertaker, the ghost in your shadows, the archangel of your nightmares. Maybe I'm none of these things. Maybe I'm just the hole in your jeans. That one's called You're Getting Dressed. And this one was actually written 4 days later, apparently. But it's called, it doesn't have a name. It just goes like this. You are in the shower again, and I'm wondering how I got so lucky to be here right now. Half naked with a mixed drink, you walked in, a sandwich upstairs with your name on it from the vacuum on the 4th floor, while the basement listened. That one's kind of an inside one. She'll know what I'm talking about, though. Some more like haiku I can share. Let me see what else I've got. I'll just finish off shortly here. See if I got any more series. Heart, like tree bark. Actually, I'll just do this to end on it. Kind of encompass who Epitome J is. Finally, we can let you guys go. For some reason, I still have 13 people watching. Shout out to you guys. So I wrote these more recent ones. In the beginning of last year. This one's actually from October 2019. It goes like this. October 21st, 2019, 1:43 a.m. I think I love her because when I think of her, I want to cry because of feelings and reason, neither happy nor sad. Perhaps because I know when we fell in love the first time, I was a different person. Indeed, I was just a boy. It's not that I was happy, I just couldn't be alone. It started as a physical fling because we both knew you were leaving. It ended as an emotional affair, some sort of half-formed love in a witch's cauldron of drugs in our blood, body fluids and tongues, tears in our two broken hearts puzzled into one body, which built a bridge based on unsolved mysteries. Years of a love never lost, but fear of over-infatuation, and now we are here. This one's from Monday, November 11th, 2019 at 8:05 p.m. I wrote this one about a session that I had in the steam room at the Locomotion Fitness Center. If anyone ever has been to the steam room in the Locomotion Fitness Center, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's very small and very steamy. Like it. I need my Laurel workout buddies to comment right now. Alright. Serving myself extended sessions, sitting in the steam room, self-inducing panic attacks because forcing my way through it trains my brain to battle my body. Each episode lasts as long as each cloud of smoke trapped in the air before it evaporates into the all-knowing fog. 20 seconds inside I last before my heart exceeds 200 beats per minute, then I still my breath to a slow tick-tock whisper and hold my own hand for comfort. This feels good, I say, while I try not to feel my heart palpitate. As I sweat out a bowl from yesterday, the shadow people I invited inside left out of my pores and said goodbye, because forcing my way through it trains my brain to battle my body. I'm gonna end on this one. It's called Psychosis. I wrote it last January 23rd. That's not today, is it?
Yeah,
Today's January 23rd?
22nd.
Oh, okay. Well, I wrote this a year ago tomorrow then. And if you want to zoom in on that, you can. This is how my brain works, essentially. Sometimes I just don't know when to start or stop, and it's like my brain opens the floodgates, and then I can just do that. So here's Psychosis. I had another brain glitch today. My symptoms are getting as bad as my worst habits. I guess that's what I get for using a rock as my pillow. I feel like a retarded rabbit chasing its own tail down the hole he dug himself that he calls his home. The mind is a dark place, a blood bank of 10 billion fantasies. It can take you anywhere you want to go. The mind is an infinite space. The brain is a hot air balloon. You can take it anywhere it wants to go. Just give it a little fire to get yourself up. The fuel is up to you. Some burn longer than others. Some take you farther. Some take you higher. Others take you to outer space, while others just fog up the whole sky. I've been flying around in circles for a long time now, and fallen countless times, but I'd get myself back up with bleach and kerosene because I wasn't worth the real world. Convinced I'm not worth the time it takes to stop and look around or stop and smell a rose, to gather the bits and pieces from my broken ship scattered all over the ground that I never even noticed had fallen. I don't know where this is going. I'm trying too hard right now and I'm falling asleep. All I know is that when I spiraled down and out of control today, when I finally crashed, I put out the fire. This isn't making any sense and I feel like a child. I hope the moons in my eyes start to see the light again soon. I like myself better when my metaphors aren't as loose. I crashed into a warning sign that I chose to ignore and fell into a sea of irony. I wouldn't mind an episode without substance for once, turning into the frequency of the TV static. I didn't expect this chapter to end like this, but I didn't know what to expect. So that's one of the last poems in what's going to be released as the Moleskine Chronicles, and that is hopefully going to be published in the future soon when I can get it all together. But I've been working on this since junior year of high school and just finished it last year. So yeah, Psychosis was a poem that I wrote in the middle of a literal psychosis mental breakdown episode. So I'm super glad I could let you guys into my brain today. Maybe you related to some of it. Maybe you're just a good friend and here to support me. Either way, I love you guys, and thank you, Shane and Kirks Grocery, for letting us gather here. Is there any last words in the comments? Yeah, thanks everybody. We're gonna call it a night and get home. You guys sleep tight tonight.